So you might have seen that last night there was an altercation with Will Smith and Chris Rock at the Oscars, which culminated in, well, basically Will Smith walking up onto the stage and slapping Chris Rock for telling a joke about his wife. So it's pretty shocking. I mean, the internet today was a flurry of, was it real? Was it staged? Did it actually happen? It looks like it actually happened. So what is my opinion on this? A few people have been asking that. Well, the first thing is, it's obvious, but, violence is never acceptable, right? So anybody hitting anyone is wrong, full stop. If this happened outside in the street or some bar somewhere, basically the person who slapped someone would be huckled out by a bouncer and told not to come back, but nothing happened. That was the amazing thing that happened last night at the Oscars, was that Will Smith did this and nothing happened. He went back to his seat. He then received the Best Actor Oscar and gave a speech and was applauded for it. Now, I don't know about you, right? But call me old-fashioned if you like, but it's just wrong what happened. And it was dealt with completely incorrectly, because you can't have somebody going up and physically attacking basically somebody else at the Oscars or anywhere else. What kind of message are we sending out if we let that happen? Now, we can argue the back and forth about, was he provoked and did Chris Rock go too far? But at the end of the day, unless you're being physically attacked by somebody, the only reason really to be violent with them would be to protect yourself. But that was not the case here. It was unprovoked violence apart from the comment or the joke, which obviously Will Smith did not see the funny side and many others didn't. So I get it. But it still doesn't justify violence. Now, the other thing we've got to bear in mind is background and what actors are like. What I mean by that is that to be good at acting, you're going to have what we call poor impulse control. To be a good actor, you've got to be quite impulsive. And that means that when you're acting, you're not thinking about your impulses or analysing them, you're taking them. So that does mean that in real life, sometimes actors can demonstrate poor impulse control. And I think this is definitely a case of it. And it's not a justification for it either, but it's just noted that that's what happened. Also, his background is interesting to note as well with Will Smith, because he was brought up in a violent environment himself. His father was very violent, and by his own admission that he's really struggled with that. These things affect people in weird ways, because you wouldn't expect that to kind of materialize in this way, but that's what's happened. So the long and short of it is that it shouldn't have happened. We're actors. We're not, meant to be violent people. If anything, we're meant to be compassionate and empathetic. We're not the kind of people that resort to violence, and shouldn't be, because the art form itself is a very, very beautiful art form and requires real creativity and sensitivity, and it just shouldn't be allowed, obviously, to happen. And I think they should have dealt with it better last night at the Academy Awards. I think they should have been I don't know what they could have done, but certainly I think it was a bit strange that nothing seemed to happen. So there you go. That's my humble but accurate opinion for you. And speak to you soon.